I'm going to read a passage in Luke chapter 6, reading from verse 31 to 36. As you would that men would do to you, do you also to them. If you love them which love you, what thank have you? For sinners also love those that love them. If you do good to them which do good to you, what thank have ye? For sinners also do even the same. If you lend to them of whom you hope to receive, what thank have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. But love ye your enemies, and do good and lend, hoping for nothing again, and your reward shall be great, and ye shall be the children of the highest, for he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. This passage is going to the very root of human relationships. We find that we don't have any trouble identifying what is good for us, and we don't have any trouble staying away from those things that are bad for us. So we find that when we look out into the world and we find that people are always doing things to other people that is not good for them, and we realize that those people don't act the same way with their own interests, personal interests. They are very careful that everything will go right when it has to do with their own personal interests. But they not only are not careful about everything going right concerning their fellow man, but also they're even able to do things that are going to be harmful and may even take the life of their fellow man. And we know that that's not the way that they act with their own selves. So Jesus, in this passage, is telling us what would cause the world to be free from all wrongdoing, because we are not capable of doing anything that is going to go against our own benefit. Yet we can easily do something that is going against the benefit of our fellow man. So we find out that every wrongdoing, in the very root of that problem, is the problem of love. The reason why we are not capable of doing anything that is going to hurt us is because we love ourselves. And so Jesus is saying the way the world can be free from all wrongdoing is for us not only to love ourselves and protect ourselves, but if we love our fellow men, we will want to protect them also from anything that is wrong or anything that is going to harm them. We don't allow things that is going to harm us. And therefore, if we love our fellow men as we love ourselves, we would not be capable of doing anything that is going to harm our fellow men, in the same manner that we are not capable of doing anything that is going to harm us. So, in this very passage, we can find out that holiness is based in love, loving our fellow men as we love ourselves. And in the same way, we cannot do anything that is going to harm ourselves because of the way we love ourselves. Then we cannot do anything that is going to harm our fellow men. If we love them as we love ourselves, we will never be able to do anything that harm them. In the same way, we will not be able to do anything that harm ourselves. So, verse 31 wraps up everything in this way. As you would that men should do to you, do you also to them. That is to say, our mindset should be the same mindset that we have about ourselves. We should have the same mindset about others. And it says in the verse 31, what we will that people will do to us. That is to say, anytime we think of people doing anything in our lives, all of it is always something that we're going to be happy about, something that is going to benefit us, something that is going to be good for us. And so, that's what we want people to do to us. So if we love people as we love ourselves, the same thing that we would like them to do to us, that's what we would want to do to them also. And it says, what you would like people to do to you, let that be the criteria of what you should do to them. And it says in verse 32, if you only have a good relationship with those people who love you, that's not anything great that you've done. And it says, even sinners are able to do that. But it says, if you love your enemies and do good to them, then that is something special, because you have a reason for not wanting to do something good for them, but because your love is not based on what they do, but is based on your motivation. You want the best for them, and you are always going to do the best for them. And even if they don't do the best for you, you are you, and you do the best for them. And that's how people find out that there's another way, a better way to live. Because you don't react to what they do. You keep living how you know is right thing to do. And you keep living from the love you have for them, and do the right thing that is going to be a blessing to them and going to be a benefit to them. And when they find out that they do something that is harmful for you, and you need to do something that is benefit to them, then they're going to realize that there's a better way of living in this world. And they're going to realize that if everybody did what they're doing, the world would be in a mess. But if everybody would do what you are doing, everything will be all right in this world. And one of these days they'll come and say, I want this way of life. Because if everybody lived in this way, the world would be a paradise. So we as children of God, we don't have to use arms to kill people to change the world. It's not killing people it's not going to killing the bad people that is going to change the world. It is living the right kind of life. And when they see the benefit that is in your way of life, then they are going to want to have your way of life. And little by little, people will stop living their way of life and people will start living our way of life, because they can see very clearly that that life is the best life that can ever be lived. And if everyone was to live that way, the world would become a paradise. May God bless you. Amen.